Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope ignores kiss and slams agenda down Carter's throat? Hope Logan's radiance for Carter Walton is diminished by Bold and the Beautiful as the Logan daughter's self-serving actions come to light. Daphne Rose intrigues Carter with her sensual gestures, seductive aromas, and understanding of his pain. The man who stole his best friend's company on B&B has just one choice after comparing Hope and Daphne. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful: two women attack Carter Walton's ego. This week, Carter Walton's ego is being stroked by two women on Bold and the Beautiful. As they compliment him, the women desire something different from him. Hope Logan is in favor of Carter continuing to run Forrester Creations. She portrays him as a powerful man who is acting only in the company's best interests. She then makes an effort to persuade him that it will ultimately be advantageous to the Forresters. Daphne Rose, Carter Walton, Hope Logan, and the Bold and the Beautiful. Daphne Rose was planted at FC in order to assist the Forresters in taking back control of the business. Thus, her strategy is to lure Carter to her in order to break Hope's spell on him, which causes him to dump Hope. And it appears like Daphne's tactic is working. This week on Bold and Beautiful, Daphne keeps presenting him as an enticing man. However, she also manipulates his conscience. She advises him to make amends with Ridge Forrester and do the right thing. This entails returning their firm to the Forresters. B&B spoilers: I hope Logan performs every selfish move in the book. Carter Walton will probably draw a comparison between Hope's and Daphne's perspectives on his takeover. Fans of Bold and the Beautiful can immediately tell that Carter is inclined to make things right with Ridge and give him back control of the business. As a woman providing assistance, Carter already looks better than Hope because this is what Daphne encourages her to do. Every time Hope Logan says he's sorry to Ridge, his eyes are like daggers. Accordingly, Hope is shown skulking in the background while Carter and Daphne kiss this week in the promo for Bold and the Beautiful. She also probably hears Daphne trying to encourage Carter to get back his best friend. Hope Logan is going to be furious over all of this. However, Carter Walton might be shocked to learn what truly enrages her. If he returns the keys, will she lose control of the Forresters or will he lose him? Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful: Hope rises, startling Carter. Hope Logan's conduct is heightened by Bold and the Beautiful. However, Carter's intentions with FC will seem more significant to her than the kiss she saw. Carter Walton quickly realizes that Hope has a different goal than his own. I hope Logan uses this takeover as retaliation. She taunts Steffi Forrester at work with her newfound authority. Additionally, she continuously challenges Steffi with her authority. She then insists that Carter Walton maintain control of FC. As Bold and the Beautiful progresses, she essentially bans Carter from apologizing to the Forresters this week. Daphne Rose and Carter Walton are both bold and beautiful. The Logan daughter also stated unequivocally that she will not even consider apologizing to any member of the Forrester family. Even Brooke Logan seems to be tired of her daughter's behavior. This week on Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan is spotted snooping on Carter Walton. Additionally, there are clues that Carter Walton and Hope Logan are about to explode. Carter appears to already be wary of Hope's plans for FC, but things will probably grow worse. Hope is on the verge of reaching a new level of egotism and rage, according to B&B fans. Hope Logan's outburst of rage, which is louder than ever before, probably leads Carter Walton to the startling realization that he was merely a tool to get her off the CBS soap opera. Every moment of the day seemed to be carefully planned to test Ridge's resolve, challenge his ambitions, and ultimately determine whether he would finally achieve the long-sought dreams he had nurtured for years amid the shifting alliances and high-stakes drama of the Forrester legacy. Ridge's excitement on February 27 was palpable, a seismic shift in the constantly changing landscape of Bold and the Beautiful that had fans on the edge of their seats and critics buzzing with anticipation. The atmosphere at Forrester Creations was charged with an electrifying mixture of tension and hope on that fateful day. The boardroom, which is typically a battlefield of strategic power struggles and whispered rumors, became the setting for Ridge's ebullient declarations as he unveiled plans that promised to revitalize the company and solidify his reputation as a visionary leader. The plans sought to restore the fading luster of a family empire that had endured countless storms, in addition to securing financial stability. Ridge could barely contain his excitement as the morning light streamed through the tall glass windows of the Forrester headquarters. His eyes glistened with the hope of a new era that, in his opinion, would heal the wounds of previous betrayals and put him back in charge of a future characterized by creativity and unwavering passion. His passionate and resonant voice reverberated through the hallways as he talked about innovative projects and game-changing tactics intended to update the brand while paying tribute to the legendary customs that had made the Forresters synonymous with luxury and high fashion. In his mind, this plan was the secret to both the company's untapped potential and his own personal salvation. Beneath Ridge's self-assured confidence, however, was a worry that had plagued him for years. Would his unwavering drive for achievement ultimately pay off, or was the road to greatness more obstacles than opportunities? Every must-see moment of the day, from the heated boardroom arguments to the more subdued, private discussions in the estate's private salons, gave depth to his journey. In a particularly captivating scene, Ridge stood in front of a well-prepared presentation and outlined a number of ambitious projects that were both bold and risky, as they called for a complete overhaul of outdated systems that had long caused conflict within the family as well as a leap of faith from investors. These projects promised to revolutionize the company's approach to digital marketing and global expansion. His enthusiasm was contagious, and for a brief instant, the doubts of a few board members appeared to vanish as the prospect of a better future glistened in the distance. The stakes were extremely high, though, and Ridge made every choice with the understanding that the Forrester Empire's future, and, in fact, his own legacy, depended on this revolutionary vision being carried out perfectly. In quieter times outside the boardroom, Ridge's introspection exposed the internal conflict he was facing. Although his exterior showed assurance and resolve, his heart was weighed down by memories of past setbacks and the constant worry that the odds would turn against him once more. He reflected on the many occasions when hope had wavered only to be dashed by unexpected treachery or conflicting power struggles, and he questioned whether this new chapter would ultimately enable him to overcome the challenges that had plagued his path for so long. Every discussion with dependable supporters and every encouraging remark from people who continued to share his vision was both a comfort and a reminder of the weight he bore, the weight of being the steward of a heritage that was equally admired and despised. The tension in the air intensified as the afternoon wore on to dusk and the sky became a canvas of brilliant hues, rumors of decisions to come, meetings behind closed doors, and the subtle changes in the balance of power within the Forrester clan all came together to create an almost tangible sense of anticipation. One particularly memorable scene that had viewers riveted to their screens showed Ridge in a private, honest discussion with a trusted confidant. His voice was low and sincere as he acknowledged that, in spite of all the optimism and meticulously planned strategies, there was still a deep-seated fear that the business world might not live up to his expectations, that the innovation he so desperately wanted might be thwarted by the very customs he was attempting to modernize. The tremendous stakes of his endeavor were highlighted by this statement, which was delivered with a raw sensitivity that belied his ordinarily unyielding facade. It also poignantly illuminated the personal cost of desire. Fans found great resonance in that moment, seeing in his struggle a mirror of their own aspirations to transcend the limitations of the past and create a future characterized by opportunity rather than regret. Every must-see moment on February 27th came together in a dramatic crescendo as the day's last hours drew near. It was the result of Ridge's exhilaration, his intense hopes, and the unavoidable uncertainty that hung over everything he did. The boardroom was a flurry of activity as relationships were tested, judgments were made, and the complex dance of corporate strategy played out with all the ruthlessness and elegance that the bold and the beautiful are known for. Ridge's journey was now at a turning point, with the ingrained obstacles of tradition, rivalry, and the lingering specter of past betrayals proved too great to overcome, or would his audacious vision be welcomed, propelling him into a new era of success and solidifying his position as a key figure in the Forrester dynasty? Like a question mark that promised to change everything, the answer hung in the charged air, tantalizingly out of grasp. Ridge found himself alone with his thoughts in the contemplative silence of the evening, when the lights of the Forrester estate had gone down and the drama of the day had subsided into a meditative calm. The magnitude of his goal was mixed with the uncertainties that had plagued him for too long. His eyes, which reflected the range of feelings of a man who had witnessed both the height of achievement and the lowest point of despair, scanned the horizon as though seeking a clue, a faint sign that fate, in all its erratic wisdom, was prepared to reward his unrelenting pursuit of a dream that was as bold as it was dangerous. This quiet, reflective moment revealed Ridge's actual self, a complicated tapestry made from strands of hope, tenacity, and a deep realization that every victory and every failure was a step on the difficult road to legacy. The iconic moments of February 27 were more than just a collection of isolated incidents. They were a representation of the age-old conflict between vision and reality, which has characterized the bold and the beautiful universe for many years. And when that historic day came to an end, the issue still stood: will Ridge succeed in his goals, or will the burden of the past and the constant demands of the present work against him? The future would be as unexpected and thrilling as the legacy he battled so hard to preserve, but for now, the thrill, the uncertainty, and the unadulterated passion that had characterized February 27 had hope. A new wave of emotional upheaval and shifting alliances has been brought in by Hope Logan, Carter Walton, Daphne Rose, and Liam Spencer. With its complexity and passion, this intricate story captivates viewers as it examines themes of love, betrayal, and the lasting effects of previous ties. Annika Noel's character Hope Logan has been a major character in the series for a long time, and her romantic pursuits frequently put her at the center of dramatic plots. In contrast to her previous partnerships, her latest relationship with Carter Walton, played by Lawrence St. Victor, provided her with some stability and respect. With their partnership on a new fragrance line starring the mysterious French perfumer Daphne Rose, their personal and professional relationship appeared to be headed for success. Hope was unaware of Daphne's hidden agenda, which would eventually cause her relationship with Carter to fall apart. Although she was presented as a gifted perfumer, Daphne Rose was actually a key figure in Steffi Forrester's, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, well-thought-out scheme to retake Forrester Creations. In an attempt to undermine Hope and Carter's power in the organization, Steffi recruited Daphne to woo Carter, causing a split between the two. This manipulation was a profoundly personal grudge as well as a financial ploy, mirroring the complex web of connections and rivalries that have always defined the dynamics of the Forrester family. The plan was carried out quickly and efficiently. Carter became enmeshed in Daphne's seduction and calculating appeal, which resulted in secret meetings that developed into a full-fledged affair. It was absolutely distressing for Hope to learn of Carter's adultery. She had grown to trust and look forward to a future with this man, but he had betrayed her, breaking her heart and putting their career in jeopardy. Hope felt alone and defenseless after learning that Steffi, her longtime nemesis, had planned the entire plot, which made the betrayal even worse. Following this emotional turmoil, Hope discovered that she was drawn to a well-known figure, Scott Clifton's Liam Spencer. A number of reconciliations and separations over their turbulent and complex history have permanently altered both of their lives. Hope continued to receive unwavering support from Liam, who had been watching the drama play out from a distance. He offered a shoulder to cry on at this turbulent time because of his long-lasting affections for her and his innate need to keep her safe. In addition to being a response to Carter's betrayal, Hope's turn to Liam was also an unconscious retreat to a relationship that, in spite of its difficulties, provided a sense of security and familiarity. Her broken heart was soothed by Liam's presence, which rekindled a bond that had never really been broken. But there were some issues with this resurgence of their relationship. Ever watchful and cautious of her own interests, Steffi saw this new intimacy as a danger to the delicate balance of connections between their entwined families as well as to her own goals. Beyond interpersonal interactions, these innovations had an impact on Forrester Creations' business environment. Carter's transgressions and the ensuing consequences put the company's leadership structure in jeopardy. Already dealing with his own problems, Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., was forced to deal with the strife caused by Steffi's schemes and Carter's poor decision-making. When the personal and professional worlds intersected, a whirlpool of conflict arose that needed to be resolved. Hope's path from betrayal to finding comfort in a previous lover highlighted the cyclical nature of relationships within the series, and fans were captivated by the complex dance of alliances and enmities that characterized The Bold and the Beautiful. It brought to light the characters' ongoing conflict between pursuing their passions and negotiating the perilous seas of corporate and familial devotion. Longtime viewers were reminded of the show's timeless complexity by the Hope-Liam-Steffi triangle's reappearance, which added a nostalgic element. To sum up, the way Hope, Carter, Daphne, and Liam are intertwined is evidence of the show's capacity to develop complex plots that viewers find compelling. It looks at the brittleness of trust, the fallout from deceit, and the durability of genuine connection. Viewers are left thinking about the complex relationship between love, loyalty, and ambition that keeps The Bold and the Beautiful a gripping drama as individuals struggle with the consequences of their decisions. Relationships and power dynamics are always changing in the complex world of The Bold and the Beautiful, where personal and professional lives frequently converge in surprising ways. This complexity has been highlighted by a current plotline that centers on the intertwined lives of Liam Spencer, Hope Logan, Carter Walton, and Daphne Rose. With its emotional depth and dramatic turns, this story captivates viewers as it examines issues of ambition, treachery, and the lasting attraction of previous relationships. A pivotal character in the story, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, is renowned for her tenacity and resolve. Her personal and professional lives underwent a dramatic change with her recent romantic engagement with Carter Walton, the company's chief operating officer and legal counsel. In an effort to make a lasting impression on Forrester Creations, they worked together on a new scent line, extending their collaboration beyond the boardroom. Through this partnership, they met the mysterious French perfumer Daphne Rose, whose entrance would soon upend the piece they had built. Muriel Hilaire's character, Daphne Rose, came into the scene with a sense of intrigue and seduction. She was already well known as a perfumer, so Hope and Carter considered her participation in the fragrance project to be a huge coup. Unbeknownst to them, though, Daphne had other plans. Daphne's goal was to sow division between Hope and Carter in order to support Steffi Forrester, who wanted to retake control of Forrester Creations. She used seduction as a tactic to weaken Carter's bond with Hope and cause instability in their business partnership. With measured precision, the plan came to pass. Carter was enthralled by Daphne's intelligence and charisma, which resulted in times of temptation that put his devotion to Hope to the test. In one case, according to Soap Central, Carter and Daphne had a close encounter that almost ended in a kiss, before Hope's sudden arrival. Hope's faith in Carter was strained, and a chasm developed between them as a result of this episode, which planted seeds of distrust and jealousy in her mind. Hope struggled with feelings of uncertainty and betrayal as the tension increased. Her sadness was exacerbated by the professional setback of their fragrance brand, which was now marred by personal issues. She resorted to a trusted confidant in this vulnerable state, Scott Clifton's character, Liam Spencer. Her longtime friend and ex-husband Liam had been a rock in her life, providing compassion and support during difficult times. In the middle of the tumult, Hope found comfort in their strong emotional bond and shared past. The drama that was developing gained more intricacy as a result of Liam's involvement. He was in a difficult situation because of his past relationship with Steffi Forrester and his enduring affections for Hope. The lines between them become increasingly hazy as he provided Hope with a shoulder to cry on. Not everyone was unaware of their renewed connection, and Steffi and Carter were among those who expressed worry and jealousy. The environment at Forrester Creations was unstable due to the entwining of corporate goals and personal grudges. In an attempt to regain control, Steffi planned Daphne's involvement, although doing so ran the risk of causing unintended harm to the company's internal relationships and reputation. As alliances changed and confidence weakened as a result of various schemes, the organization's structure was in danger of collapsing. The characters had to face their own ambitions and reasons in the middle of this chaos. Hope's dependence on Liam brought attention to unresolved emotions and the solace of routine. The fact that Carter was so easily tempted by Daphne exposed weaknesses in his dedication to his work and his relationships. While advancing Steffi's goals, Daphne's machinations also revealed her own goals and readiness to ruin lives for her own benefit. The show's capacity to craft intricate narratives that connect with viewers is demonstrated by this plot. It explores the complexities of interpersonal relationships, the fallout from ambition, and the long-lasting effects of previous relationships. Viewers are left thinking about the fine line between one's personal wishes and professional obligations, as well as the extent people will go to in order to fulfill their ambitions, as the protagonists deal with the consequences of their acts. In conclusion, there is a lot of drama and emotion in the interwoven lives of Hope, Carter, Daphne, and Liam. Their interactions highlight the intricacies of love, the brittleness of trust, and the far-reaching effects of manipulation. The constantly changing dynamics of the bold and the beautiful, which keep viewers enthralled as the story progresses, make them eager to see how these characters will handle the difficulties that lie ahead. Lawrence St. Victor plays Carter Walton, who has been the chief operating officer and a staunch legal advisor at Forrester Creations for a long time. He has been steadfast in his commitment to the business and its founding family. Carter's allegiance has recently waned, though, as a result of his developing romance with Annika Noel's character Hope Logan. Hope has found an ally in Carter, who shares her desire to regain her position and influence inside the corporation. They successfully positioned themselves at the head of Forrester Creations by working together to devise a plan to create a new LLC. Their main tactic depended on Carter's legal knowledge. He painstakingly created the paperwork that would give the new LLC control of the business after it was signed by Ridge Forrester and Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Ridge and Steffi signed the documents without understanding the ramifications since they had complete faith in Carter. The foundation of Carter and Hope's takeover attempt was this act of trust. But as the idea developed, it became clear that Carter was the sole proprietor in legal terms because his name was the only one on the LLC's paperwork. Whether deliberate or not, Carter found himself in a vulnerable position as a result of this error. Although Hope benefited from the coup, she was not held legally responsible for the takeover. This discrepancy made many wonder about Hope's real motivations and how dedicated she was to their business partnership. Carter started to consider the possible consequences of their conduct as tensions increased. Sleepless nights and growing anxiety resulted from the knowledge that he alone would be subject to legal repercussions in the event of disclosure. Hope, however, appeared to be more concerned with her personal grudges, especially those against Steffi Forrester Finnegan. The relationship between her and Carter became even more complicated when it seemed that her desire for revenge overwhelmed her original objective, which was to restore her design line. Carter proposed to Hope that she put her name on the LLC paperwork in an effort to protect his future and more fairly divide the risks involved. In addition to strengthening their collaboration, this inclusion would guarantee that each party bore equal accountability for the takeover. The plot revolved around Hope's response to this proposal, which exposed hidden conflicts and put their alliance to the test. Their activities had wider ramifications that affected Forrester Creations. The leadership structure of the corporation was thrown into chaos, and longtime family members felt marginalized and deceived. The news caught Ridge Forrester off guard and sparked arguments that threatened to tear apart the company's foundation. The formerly cohesive Forrester family was now divided, with trust deteriorating and loyalties changing. This plotline offers a moving examination of what happens when individual goals take precedence over the welfare of the group. Although initially motivated by a desire for career progress, Carter and Hope's activities ultimately caused personal and company conflict. Their story emphasizes the fine line that separates ambition from integrity and the consequences that can result from a breach along that line. In summary, the story arc Carter Bamboozled, Hope Puts Her Name on New LLC Docs provides an engaging analysis of the tension between obligations to one's job and one's personal aspirations. It forces both characters and spectators to think on the moral limits of ambition and the long-term effects of choices made in the fight for dominance. Viewers are left wondering about the true cost of success and the sacrifices required to achieve it as the drama progresses.